Okay, hello everybody, and welcome to this Nordic Circular Hotspot partner meetup for October, the second in October, because as you all know, in November we will have our Nordic Circular Summit in Helsinki, where we hope as many of you can join us as possible. So if you can't join physically, join us digitally and watch that as well. I'm Martin Hagen, and I'm a project manager in Natural State and Nordic Circular Hotspot and co-project lead of this Nordic Circular Summit this year. So if you have any questions regarding that, also follow up after the meeting. On the agenda today, we have welcome and introduction from new partners. We have a new partner we want to say hello to soon. We have some circular news and updates from the Nordics and around the world. The theme of this month is Nordic Circular Construction. And as some of you have heard earlier, we have a project running on that as well, which we will also tell you more about at the summit in an own session. We will have a small presentation of the new website, which we launched 2 days ago, which we're really excited about. And in the end, we will, of course, say something about the Nordic Circular Summit coming up. Yes, so then I will start with giving the word to Paul from Environmental Impacts Academy.
Yeah. All right.
And I'll ask you to share the screen as well if you want to share a presentation.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, how much time do I have?
You can have between 5 and 10 minutes, up to you.
All right. Okay. Yeah, 5 minutes is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I know because I can talk for a long time, but that's we might have other topics too. So it's good if I know it in advance I know when to stop.
Yeah.
Share screen. Okay, you have to stop sharing and then somehow allow me to share.
Yes, we'll find out.
I think you have to stop sharing first. Then it should be okay.
Yeah, I'm sharing. Sorry. I didn't see that I was sharing since I had the screen up.
That can happen. All right. Okay. Come on. There we go. And I'll just share my browser. That one. Okay. So yeah, I'm Paul. I'm one of the 2 founders of Environmental Impacts Academy. And we are an education company with a dream to create a massive environmental handprint. So a positive impact on the environment. And the way we do that is by teaching people to do environmental life cycle assessment. So one of the key blocking points of the green transition is knowledge management, competence of people on how to do the green transition. And we help companies with the green transition, as said, by teaching people to do environmental life cycle assessment. So starting from the really basics of what LCA is, what can you do with it, how does it work, until all the way until really doing hands-on education of really learning to really do LCA in line with the ISO 14044 standard, and then also if needed some extended support related to that. Never mind all the different slides here. This is the LCA, as you know, probably life cycle assessment. It's beneficial, for example, for eco-design compliance with the environmental regulations, communicating green claims, and then also sustainability strategy, decision making, those kind of things. And our main training program has been designed by Dr. Gregory Norris. He's an LCA professor and scientist at both Harvard and MIT. He's a real superstar in the field. So he's created our main training program. And we are small team of a couple of founders, a few part-time people working with us on sales and admin, and then we have our deep knowledge experts who really do answer difficult questions about LCA, guide our participants in the training through their first LCA project to make sure they reach a goal, and so on. That was shortly about who we are and what we do. And now I will switch to another slide. Sorry about this. And too many. There we go. Yeah, so a couple of words of what our training products are. So our main training is what we call our hands-on LCA training program. That starts with about 60 hours of academic level training, where you learn the theory of life cycle assessment, and then it continues with and that theory part can be done in either 2 weeks as an intensive course or 6 weeks, which is more flexible. You can do it on the side together in parallel with your regular job. And then the training program continues after that with an 8-week LCA project, where you actually do a real life cycle assessment for whatever your company needs it for. So as a result, you have updated competence, you have a bit of experience, and you have your first LCA completed. That's the kind of the main thing we do. We also support if someone needs to hire a person to do LCA. So if there's not enough people in the company, you need to recruit someone, then we support with that. So we've helped to find someone and then go through this same training program, and then the company has a new person with LCA competence who knows the business. We run this program a few times per year, and next start is in January. So that's the main thing we do. We also have a smaller introductory training that's called Leaders LCA, which is again much smaller, as said. Takes only a few hours, about 4 hours to complete, completely kind of self-service at your own pace whenever you like, kind of solution. There you learn, and this is intended, as the name indicates, for managers and leaders, people who don't need to do life cycle assessments, but who need to understand what it is, how does it work, and how does it benefit, compliance, eco-design, communication strategy, and so on. So that's a kind of the entry level training, let's say, for decision makers who will then understand that yes, we need more of it. I think I spent between 5 and 10 minutes, so I will stop now. And any questions?
Thank you so much, Paul. We'll take a question or two if anybody has a question. If not, I will also say that I think following up the summit now, it would be very interesting to take a meeting and just discuss how we can utilize this within the summit, as you being a partner as well, and see how you can help you spread this work throughout the Nordics in a good way. So it's really interesting to hear about your work. And
yeah, and maybe one thing to say still, actually, now that you talked about cooperation, I mean, that's something we do offer. There might be quite a few consultants in the group, and what we offer is if you as a consultant identify a company who would need to start doing LCAs, and they would like to do that in-house, they would need their own competence, then let's team up and solve that together.
Yes.
We can make a win-win-win solution there.
Thank you for this, Paul. You can also, if you want to, just put your email address in the chat here, so we can also spread that out to everybody watching this after in recording as well, so they can contact you for collaboration.
Yeah, sounds good.
Thank you so much. We're really happy to have you on board, and I will continue the program a bit here. We have an hour, so we'll continue. We have some circular news and events that's happening. Just now, a few days ago, they had the Tech Arena SA from October 23rd, which was a big news we picked up from Cradlenet in Sweden. We will have the Mobilitetskonferansen in Norway will be in Stavanger tomorrow, actually. Or today. It says today, but it is tomorrow, so that's the wrong one. But we will have our circular head of one of our co-founders of Circular Hotspot will be there with Catherine Barth. And then Circular Design och Nya Affärer is also happening on November 21st in Sweden. 6th to 8th of November will be the Brazilian Circular Hotspot in Brazil, where we will also be part of that with two representatives actually. So we hope to bring back some good thoughts and going into the summit as well. And then we recommend everybody to check out the podcast from the Nordic Circular Design Program and go in to check out their LinkedIn profile to find that as well. So that's a quick run through. So for today's topic, we have Nordic Circular Construction, and we have with us Nora Kensri. Sorry, I hope I said it right. From MAD Architecture, which is one of the leading architecture companies in Norway. So we're really happy to have you on board, and also just mentioning that we have a program working on this within the Nordic Circular Hotspot with a transition group on Nordic Circular Transition as well. So we have Jan Thomas here in the room with us as well, which is working with that. So there will be a session on that on the summit where you can learn more about that project. But you can also contact us if you want to get to know that project more as well. So I'll give you the word, Nora, and give you 15 minutes.
Thank you so much. Just let me share my screen. So, yeah, do you see my screen?
All good.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Okay. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having me and for the invitation. I'm glad to be here. My name is Nora Kensri. I'm architect at MAD Architecture here in Oslo, and I'm so excited to talk about our project today with you. So, who are we? We are a Norwegian interdisciplinary architecture firm working with different kind of projects in all scales, from urbanism, new buildings, rehabilitation, transformation, but mostly with reuse. And so why do we focus so much on reuse? I don't think I need to explain the why, given all the expertise in this room. But what I can point out is that 90% of the building we will have in 50 years are already built. And this red building here you see in the picture is that 10% that we all architecture are competing for. And imagine the small market that we are competing for. And then we have 90% of the existing buildings that have such a very high quality that we need to preserve. So this is the market that we are aiming for. And we have been working with reuse for quite some time now. Some of you might have heard about the KA13, which is the pilot project here in Norway, which we built a new building with reused building components from structure to the furniture. And the materials that usually considered as waste, sourced from different rehabilitation and demolition projects across Norway. And this project had made a significant and meaningful impact on building industry here in Norway. And it sparked a movement within circularity in building industry, and helped us to uncover the challenges of circularity, such as rules and regulations, and logistic cost, and so on. So as a result of this project, the government has revised the national regulations to make it easier to work with reuse. And also this shift encouraged the growth of many startups and marketplaces and new business opportunities. Although piloting this project was initially came with a high cost, but it showed that reuse in building industry is possible and feasible, and can be very attractive, can result in very attractive projects. So the project that I'm going to present today, called the Grensen 9B, it's a true game changer, and it showcased that reuse can both be very attractive and doable, but also economically profitable. And we think that that might be the key to promoting the circularity in building industry. I'm going to show you the project and show some examples of reused materials that we had, and finally what we have achieved in this project. Okay, a bit about the project. It's an office building from 1979, 3,500 square meters. And the developers are OPF and PKH, two large real estate investors here in Norway. And the building had a number of qualities which were worth preservation, including its postmodernism style, like arched windows and like a solid marble staircase, and so on, to name a few. So here you can see the facade before and after the renovation, and the changes to the facade are quite minimal, but it has a big impact. A bit about the concept. Our priority has been to restore the building to its origin, and improve the quality of the building. Here you can see on the left that the cross-section illustration that shows how we reopened the connection between the floors, which were sealed in late 90s. We also started working with the interiors and materials from a very early stage. And the challenge is that with reuse project is that we were not sure what materials we would be later be available, and what we get, but we had a method to show it. And we approached the market to explain the reuse process and what you can expect from this type of buildings. So we made these illustrations. We disassembled and removed all the materials, fixture and fittings carefully so we can reuse them in the refurbishment. We spend time on the planning and on the site, and every day we make 100 decisions and we do it together. And like any other successful project, collaboration and having a strong team to both challenge and be challenged are key to the success. To save the resources, it's important to use what already exists in the building and the design around them. The process will be a bit different from the standard design process because in reuse project, the materials comes first and then the design follows. And those glass blocks that you see on the left side had to be removed because of the fire requirement. But we were thinking what they could be transferred into. We use glass blocks to build a kitchen island and a bench. You can see the result on the right side. And we were also on a treasure hunt, seeking materials externally. We visited the other buildings, the reused hall, Ombig, here in Oslo, and talked to manufacturers and used our network to find materials. Some examples: the amphitheater staircase structure is actually made from old metro tracks that were given to us by municipality. It's all about thinking outside of the box and be flexible and working together with other industries too. And this structure resulted in 1.2 ton CO2 reductions. And we decided to keep the steel visible so people in the building can see how things are being reused. And not only the structure is reused, but also the railing and the covering, the wooden floor is also reused. The railing is made of the reinforcing mesh which typically used in the concrete slabs. And we received the surplus parquet from the National Museum, which has a very good quality. It's like a 3 centimeters parquet, which is going to live like 200 years. Reuse encourages creativity and leading to a very unique results with the stories behind them. For the floor, we had some leftovers woods, but not enough to cover of any type. Like we hadn't enough to cover whole the area, but we had small amounts here and there. So we experimented with different combinations and we created a pattern flooring using oak and ash. And here you can see the result. And the floor is made of over 5,000 pieces, which is a real example of craftsmanship. And it's also about recognizing the potential in the materials. For example, the mesh ceiling, which you see in the right side, was previously used on a facade in Oslo Atrium. So it was just painted with a new color that matches the building color palette and mounted on the ceiling. And the waste from the core drilling for new ventilation turned into the outdoor furniture and landscaping. So these are some examples, but there are much more materials reused in the building, both visible and some of them are not visible. For example, the insulation behind the ceiling and so on. So what have we achieved? In this project, environmentally, the building is taxonomy compliant. The energy consumption reduced by 51%. The building has a BREEAM certification, very good, 71%. And 93% reduction of CO2. And in terms of economic point of view, reuse projects usually provide higher financial returns compared to the traditional buildings. They have a higher quality, and then construction costs are comparable, or in some cases lower than the traditional renovations. And the rental rates is higher compared to the standard buildings. It has a lower operation cost, and the building is designed as a multi-use spaces. So we will not require a major renovation in next 50 years. And the last but not the least, the proud and satisfied tenant and developer, that they are very happy that they are sitting in this building. And then after a few years of working with K13 and Grinsen 9B and similar projects, we now finally see that the reuse is both feasible, sustainable, and very attractive, and at the same time very can be economically profitable, and a very profitable alternative to traditional constructions. And we already working on our next reuse projects. We have other projects that are starting and under development and planning. So we are very excited about this shift. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Nora. Really, really exciting project to hear about. I really want to come and have a look if possible.
Yeah.
I recommend others to do as well.
Yes, sure. Just let us know anytime. The building is just like 2 minutes from our office. So if you or anyone come to Oslo, just come and visit us. And if you have any reuse project that you are thinking, just let us know.
Sounds amazing. And then I know we have one question at least. We'll see if we'll take time for one or two questions here. So I'll give the word to my colleague working on the circular construction project to give a question here as well. Jan Thomas.
Yes, hello. Thank you for the presentation. Actually, my question is related to my experience of being a tenant in the building for 10 years before this project.
Oh.
And yes, and what happened then is that the owner was horrible. We had to take him to court just to upgrade the ventilation system. So when I realized that this whole project had been taken through in this way, I was really, really surprised, but I understood that we're talking about completely new owners. So
Exactly.
could you say a few words about the owners of the property owners, because they must have had some ambition here. Did they give you total freedom, or did they have some clear goals?
Exactly. That's a very good point. It is a new owner that they bought the property. I think it was like 3-4 years ago. And it's a PKH, it's the Pensjonskasse for helsepersonell, or OPF, which is
Oslo Pensjonskasse.
yes, Oslo Pensjonskasse. There are two Pensjonskasse which are working, which also have a real estate department and development. And they had a high ambitions. They wanted to do something different, and they wanted to do reuse. So they set the standards. And then they also own the building Grensen 5 to 7. It's a neighbor building, which is quite big. Like it's very huge, and it's a very huge building. And then they bought this building to connect these two somehow for the buffer. But after the corona and so on, the tenant in the neighbor didn't want that building to use it as a buffer. So they decided to develop the project as a separate project. And then what we had before, it was like that each floor was very different from each other. And then when we started the project, we tried to have like a very good concept for the building, and also in terms of urban development. So we now connected the Goshroom, or the area, the yard, to the neighbors. So in the future, if you want to go and if you want to open the whole that area, it's possible. So and another thing is that we open up between floors, and we try to restore that. They were very happy. They were very happy, positive, and they knew the risk, the challenges. But it also pays off because now is the new tenant which rented the whole apartment, the whole building. Their name is Ardok. They had their headquarter there, and it's like very fresh, new building. So they are very happy. Each time I go there, they tell me.
It's very thanks for a really inspiring. You have a last follow-up question, Thomas, but then we have to be quite brief. If not, I will just thank you for a great run through of your project. It's all about materials, so the focus you have on materials throughout the project, and also the quality and making look beautiful as well. I think is really inspiring. So thank you so much, Nora. You're happy to stay how long you want through the meeting. And then we have some news I will bring up here quickly, because we have new web pages for Nordic Circle Hotspots. So my other colleague Christian has joined us, and will run you through a bit of that. So I'll give you the word also, Christian. He's the official partner coordinator of Nordic Circle Hotspots. So happy to have you on board.
Thank you, Martin. I've also had, as you mentioned, I've worked a lot with partnerships the last couple of years. So I also had the pleasure of meeting Paul previously and onboarding them into Nordic Circle Hotspots. But also the last few months has been my main concern has been the rebuild of our website structure. As Nordic Circular Hotspot and also Nordic Circular Summit has been developing throughout the years, we have had I think, very healthy and organic growth in both in each separate ways. But that has also meant that it's been separated websites, for instance, and we've also had a digital kind of development with the Nordic Circular Arena, which some of you might know also. And we wanted to now use this kind of time in going kind of into a new strategic period to also reinvigorate our websites and do something with the structure of this. And I think we've come out with a with a very, very good final result where we have gathered all the information that you previously found at NordicCircularHotspot.org website and also the NordicCircularSummit.com. Both the links will still direct you to the new website, of course, but we've now gathered all the information in one platform. And we're also implementing a lot of the previous offerings from the Nordic Circular Arena. The Arena is, as of now, a service that we are buying from a third-party service, and we're now looking into implementing all of these functionalities into our own web structures. And yes,
I was just
I can
wondering,
hear you,
can
Einar.
you share the screen and just show the new website as you speak?
I'm going
Thank
to. I was
you.
just trying to
It becomes
give a
a
very
bit
short
more,
introduction before we go into the visuals.
Okay, great. So
Absolutely.
as you go through it, it's maybe easy to understand what you're talking about.
Yes,
Thank
yes,
you.
yes, of course. So this is front page of the new website. I just have to reorganize the Zoom things here so I can actually maneuver. There we are. I hope you can see. This has been a process together with a Norwegian company called Feed, which has been our developing partner. The focus has been now to orient all of the materials and the building blocks and how we organize the site to maximize value for partners and also for being a knowledge hub, which we already are have been doing in separate ways. And then, of course, the main issue is gathering all of this into one new structure. So I will just pull a couple of elements and show you them. And of course, I hope everyone can take some time and explore the pages. And if you have any questions, of course, also please feel free to contact me. And I would love to show you guys around and deep dive into possibilities, because that's also something that's coming up is all of the potential that this process has given us. So as of now, we have done a few improvements. We are showcasing all of our partners in, I would say, a very cool way. I'm using our own company, Nordic Circular, Natural State, which is the company I'm employed in, just for an example. But we would love to also elaborate on this. So if there's companies present here or seeing the video afterwards, please be in contact with me and we can elaborate on how to present you guys. Paul, you mentioned that you would love to kind of be showcasing your offerings, etc. That's exactly what we can do on these partner pages, where we're actually showcasing what you guys are doing, and also having a contact person, etc. So we're going to build this now gradually and in collaboration with each of our partners, of course. So we can also be a resource for finding people in similar industries or providing services that might be of value either for our own partners or externals. So this is going to be a great way of showcasing the people who are actually on board in the Nordic Circular Hotspot and contributing both by participation and also by how they're operating on a general basis.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, so let's keep in touch, Paul. It's been kind of a deadline process to get this finalized, but would love to do a early test showcase with you guys, for instance. And then, of course, we have our own publications. We are working on several other fronts. The Nordic Circular Construction project was mentioned. We are also showcasing the projects, both past and present. So if you're interested in understanding more about the project that Jan Thomas is leading, which is called Nordic Circular Construction, you can see the details here. You can see a couple of the participants in this room already also being partners in this project. And you can also then, of course, read more about each of the companies participating in the project itself. And of course, Jan Thomas is present here, being available as a contact person, and you can read more about the project, how this is going to be led, how it's going to work, and the ambitions for it. And of course, we will also update this news-wise down the line. So you will still be able to find news about Nordic Circular Hotspot, what we do, etc. You will also be seeing, of course, selected articles on the front page when there's something new to share. I've also just uploaded a couple of older stories that has high value still. And there will be, of course, a lot of new possibilities, creating a new structure which is more adapted to our operations. So there is going to be gradual development also, and of course, we're going to fill out a lot during the time to come. For instance, our media archive, we have a substantial archive with videos and webinars and summits from previous productions. So already now you can see the program from last year's event in Reykjavik, which is here with all different information about the different topics, etc., and the agendas. So you can go in, have a deep dive, and play the video from the past events, which still would be very relevant depending on the topics you might be interested in. And of course, touching back on the summit, very important. The new website is also then including a substantial part for this year's event, where you can also then be reading more about how to attend digitally or physically, of course. You can read more about the program. We can explore the full program. You can read more about each session, of course. And you can also deep dive into profile on each of the keynote speakers, for instance. So we hope that both partners and externals will find a great deal of new value to how we have organized it. We're also try to make sense of repeating some kind of ways of working in presenting both concrete projects, concrete partners, concrete events, etc., and making this accessible and very understandable for the audience. And I think that also kind of plays it over to you again, Martin, talking a bit more about the summit. And of course, if anyone has any questions, please get in touch. And also, if you have ideas that you might be seeing in some sort of value, how you could angle your own participation as a partner on these sites, please reach out to us, and we'll make sure to get something that will be of value to both parties.
Yes. Thank you so much, Christian. And yes, we really want people to come to the summit as well. So check out our program. We're really excited about it. I would say 2 words more about that as well. And just on today's topic, can everybody, am I sharing screen now? I will share again, sorry. And I will unpin you, Christian, so I can see myself. There we are. Thank you so much, Christian. And just since we are on construction as today's topic, I also just want to show everybody this picture of the beautiful place where Nordic Circular Summit main day will be. We'll be at the old trading school of Aalto University called Ravintola Töle. So we really recommend everybody to come just to be in this building and to experience the program this year. So again, we want our partners to make partner sessions. So if anybody is interested in making their own webinar, it's an easy setup. It's easy to do, but we then broadcast it out to our broadcasting platform called MyOnVent. So just let us know. We will give you all the information you need, and get in touch with me regarding that. For the program this year, as we said, it's all about the entrepreneurs. So the entrepreneurs and startups and how they can close this Nordic circular economy gaps. So with the enterprise of circular economy, we're connecting to the Slush this year with our event and putting it 2 days before. So we recommend everybody to come and then join the Slush afterwards. We know Alexander Haning, which was in the meeting here, will be at one of the sessions, and we want a lot of you also to join in, being there and learning and connecting. So we have the 4 subtopics this year is the new nature value, where we will talk about regenerative business, learning from nature. We have names such as Jesper Koll, we have Tim Forslund from Citra, We're working with Regeneration, which might join as well. It will be a really good program led by us. Then we have one session on the circular business for a new global market, where we talk about scaling and financing the circular innovations. We have one on leadership, where we bring in our Baltic friends, our Polish friends, our friends from ASEAN in Africa, and we talk about leadership in a global perspective as well. And then we have one session about enabling technologies and learning from AI. So we're really happy with the base program. And then for the first time this year, we are also bringing in 20 startups, 5 from each country, which is nominated, and which is a project we have worked with together with Loop Forum, which is probably the biggest kind of physical gathering for circular economy in the Nordics, which have brought out the 5 best names from each country, where they then will pick out one from each country to present on stage, and there will be a pitching contest, and there will be a jury as well, which also Alexander Honning here is part of. So we're really looking forward to this session. Yeah, so we recommend everybody now to just follow our web pages. We're coming out with new partner day information as we speak. That will come today. So we will fill a full day of program with focus on circular cities, where we recommend our partners to contact us if they want to join as well. So that will be kind of a more physical day where we can gather and talk together and have roundtables and discussions and deep dive into things as well. And the digital program, we recommend everybody to make their own session. It can be both live and pre-made. We recommend live, of course, to be connecting with the audience, but there are different options there. Also, we will be at Citra this partner day. They're inviting us there. So we will have meeting rooms where you could run your webinar and then join for the physical part for the rest of the day if you want to, on the 19th. So this is the day after the 18th, where I presented all the rest of the program here. So that's the context. I recommend everybody now to help us push this, to help us get out the news about the summit, and also to bring your friends, colleagues, companies you work with to come to Helsinki and be part of this great experience. Yeah, I think that's my big kind of recommendation for now. I really hope you're coming. If you have any questions, you can ask them a bit now also. I can answer, Paul.
About the partner day. So you said that it's physically on location at the Citra office, and it's partly online. So it's like a hybrid event.
Yes. So the point is that for the audience outside watching our event, we have My Own Event, which is the digital kind of broadcasting platform for everybody watching digitally. So last year we had 2,500 people watching digitally from 66 countries all around the world.
Mm-hmm.
That's the fully digital part. And then in Helsinki, we will be probably between 300 and 400 people the 18th. But the 19th, so this day, we have a limited space for 80 people and some meeting rooms to run these sessions. So the audience digitally will watch the sessions. If you do one session for 1 hour, and they will be able to see that. But for you, if you're there physically, you can be taking part of in the big room where it's around 80 people, and the program there, which will be on Circular Cities during the day, and then go out for 1 hour if you need to kind of do your webinar in a meeting room. It's just that we have the facilities for that. But the main program for the 80 people in the room there is only physical. It's only for the ones being there. That is not being streamed. So that's kind of the division between the different things. It's a bit hard to explain.
All right. Yeah, all right. And that physical session, if you don't have your own partner session, then that's about the circular cities.
Yeah, it's about circular cities in different kind of ways. So we try to have different topics within the circular city throughout the day. and hope also to do a launch of a new transition group with some news there. So it's developing really good, and we're coming with information on this from today and the days coming forward. So we're quite excited about that as well. Main program is now 95% set, I think. So it's becoming it's looking very good. So any more? I think Alexander, if you want to, you've been at the summit before. Would you recommend everybody to come as well?
Definitely, it's well worth meeting, and it's it's a quite different meeting in person and having a beer or a coffee with someone compared to just meeting online. So definitely come. It's gonna be amazing, just like last year.
Yes, great. I agree. I think if there's not any more questions now, I will end the meeting for today, and I hope everybody is eager to come to Helsinki, and as well contact me if you want to join the summit. Contact Christian if you want to learn more about web pages. Contact Einar if you want to listen more about all the work we do. Contact Jan Thomas about the construction project. Want to say a few words, Einar, before we go out there?
Yeah.
Say hi.
Hi, everyone. I was just gonna say hi, and also hi to Alexander. So Alexander put on his screen. Hi, everyone. Come to Helsinki. It's going to be quite amazing what's going on there now. And I'm very glad to have you as partners, of course. And thank you for great presentations, both to Paul and Nora. And good meeting, Martin. And Christian. The website is really, really, really nice.
Yeah.
And I'm very glad to have come here.
Great. Okay. See you guys in December for the next partner meeting, because the next real meeting is in Helsinki. So please come there before that. See you all then. Bye.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, Paul.